Hi, my name is Ricardo Bailey. One thing that I think should happen is that the United States should be giving its citizens at least $2,000 a month due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The people in the United States did not ask for this pandemic to happen, and we didn't ask to be sent home and not have any source of income due to this unfortunate situation that we're in right now. I feel that this is important because homelessness is increasing. As I'm walking the streets, I'm seeing more and more homeless people out in the streets. I'm seeing businesses shut down. I'm seeing children going crazy because they're not able to be in school. And I'm just seeing in general people just being stressed out because of the fact that they have no income coming in. There are a lot of people that I know that are on the verge of eviction, and I think this is unfair for them to be asked to deal with this themselves without any sufficient help. One thing that I do know is that if more and more people become unhoused, the COVID-19 epidemic will definitely spread because people will not have access to sanitary products. They won't have access to bathrooms. They won't be able to bathe properly. All of this blight throughout the city will increase the chances of COVID-19 being spread to everyone in the community. I mean, just because you're doing well does not necessarily mean that you're immune from everyone else, because what happens to the least of us ends up affecting those at the top. So one thing that our politicians, I believe, have to remember is that yes, they might be doing pretty well, but they won't be able to escape the negative consequences of their inactions in trying to help the citizens of the United States. I mean, that's why we elected them. I mean, because of the fact that for so long our politicians have not helped the citizens of the United States, a lot of my friends and a lot of my people that I associate with, they don't want anything to do with politics because they feel as if once they get involved, nothing happens. And so they just go about their day-to-day lives because they don't want the stress of having to worry about political candidates and things like that. Personally, I think that that is a flawed strategy because I think that the more involved we get, the more likely they're able to listen to us. But I can understand people's frustration. And one thing that I think that happened in this election is that a candidate in the Democratic Party was picked that a lot of people didn't want, and that is kind of like the status quo, and actually promised that the status quo would remain in effect. And yet, despite a lot of the progressives' positions amongst and about Bernie Sanders, the Democratic Party still decided to go with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. And although I think they are better than our current president, I do think that we could have done a lot better. And I think that if they do fail, and if they do show that they're going to try and keep the status quo, that we may have a revolution on that may be started, and hopefully it isn't violent. So I want to thank you for your time, for listening to what I have to say, and I look forward to hearing from you.